You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Garage fam, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Guys NASCAR Podcast. It's the race day recap presented by Shitty Coolers. We are in Indianapolis, IN. Just wrapped up the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Great weekend. Also had the Big Machine Spiked Grand Prix and the Xfinity race, Pennzoil 150. A lot of road this weekend, Dale. A lot of road.
A lot of history was made. There's a lot of concern, a lot of worries, a lot of unknowns heading into this weekend, and there's a lot to get into. There was some good racing, there was some bad officiating, craziness,
should have been us,
bullshit, and it was wild. It was at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun. The weekend was a blast. There's some things they can improve when they come back here next year when it comes to the track and the competition. But otherwise, man, the energy was really awesome on Saturday and Sunday. The racing was pretty solid overall. It was an awesome weekend. And shout out to Shitty Coolers.
It could have been a little more shitty with an I, not a Y, in the campground, but it got shitty on the track today for the Verizon 200, I will say that. And just, again, like you said, huge shout out to Shitty Coolers. Right now, if you go over to shittycoolers.com, you can save 15% on your order by using promo code GarageGuys. That's right. There's a promo code now with us, the Garage Boys guys, but it's Garage Guys. Don't get it twisted.
Very shitty promo code. If you want to know,
I didn't even know they had cups.
Ask me about my drinking. I went downtown Friday and Saturday night and got pretty lit. Drank a few beers out here in the campground. Let me know how my drinking is at 1-734-FUCK-OFF at shittycoolers.com.
That's right.
So
it's a great toll-free number. Actually, it's probably not toll-free. Probably charges you
a pretty shitty fee, yeah.
Yeah, guaranteed. But, yeah, we got some great product here. If you don't know about Shitty Coolers yet, you're fucking up. It's plain and simple. We got the Intoxicator right here. We got the Patriot over here. What is your favorite out of these two up top?
Patriot. It's hard though, dude. I mean, that
big Intoxicator guy.
That design is sick with the colors, man. Like,
does it not remind you of Dale? It reminds you of Dale Earnhardt.
It kind of does. The Patriot is just the classic red, white, and blue patriotic motherfucking Patriot. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Motherfucking
We're also sitting on products as well. The best seat in the house is a fucking bucket cooler insert.
Fuck it, it's a bucket.
I got the liquor bucket right here, man. The liquor bucket kind of matching my color and the style a little bit.
I got the tracker
underneath my balls.
Just hunting a good time. Hunting a good time out here.
The tracker's good because you can make better puns with that one. But yeah.
It is kind of, yeah. But look, it's great. Again, promo code Garage Guys. We actually got to take the Intoxicator into the track today. It wasn't supposed to happen. Did happen, though.
In the pits.
A lot of Garage Guys energy out there today. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kick this show. We got to recap the race. Obviously, we had a great betting weekend. Let's not down ourselves for one day of a shit show, shitty with a Y, on the track in there today. Let's not down ourselves for that. Saturday was incredible.
I can taste your cigarette right now.
That's great, dude.
It's disgusting.
Shout out to Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Excitement.
That's awful.
Get a taste of that dart
smoke.
right there.
I'm not a big secondhand smoke guy.
It's all right. As the people in Michigan
We're gonna
say,
make it though.
Got a dart, dude.
I can taste it.
Got a fucking dart, dude.
I don't like that taste.
I'll flick it out. Got to flick it out for him. Big safety guy.
It tastes like lung cancer. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, got to kill some lungs sometimes.
Anyway, yeah, so Saturday was a good day. We swept the day.
We did.
IndyCar race, willpower, the beginner's charm, nailed it right on the head.
Plus 1,000 willpower.
Right on the head.
Power to
and
the
then
will.
Austin Cindric. Thank God Chase Elliott raced because it watered the odds. Actually didn't water them down. It fucking jolted them up to make it where I'm going to take the three Xfinity guys that have dominated road courses all year long at plus 300, plus 350, plus 600, and it's a lock. Cindric, Allmendinger, Gibbs. Cindric, Allmendinger run 1-2, easy money. But, yeah, today is a different story. Doesn't take away
it's
that
not our fault.
We went 2 for 3. It was not our fault. It was the curb's fault. We're going to blame the curb.
That fucking curb.
The curb from hell.
Shout out to President Bowles. Shout out to that guy. He literally got out there and like looked around for like 5 to 10 seconds before he started sweeping. He was sweeping in the wrong direction, and it was pretty hilarious. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Hey, the guy's out there trying to help, though. That's a good look for the president.
That's right.
I feel his pain. I used to sweep up dust at a grocery store for like 5 years.
Oh, you had one of those like giant like Swiffers, but they actually had like.
So he had like the brush thing where he was brushing it in or out. What I had, either I swept or I followed the guy sweeping with that long like rug-like thing. And
with like the
to pick up all the dirt.
The little felt clitorises on the ends of them.
Yeah,
those.
That's
are the
not
ones.
what I thought about them as, but. Sure, yeah.
I mean, if they were long,
you just like
could
pushed
look at
it
it that way.
You just pushed it and just picked up all the dirt. Very satisfying, gratifying work right there.
Sweep it up. I was more of the wax guy. I like the circle machine that you rode on. Like
we did that too. Yeah, we did that too.
When the store was closed, you wax it off.
We couldn't ride it though. We had to push it.
Oh, you had to push. See, we got to ride. So we'll just kind of compare that to what they did today. They were riding the waxer, but pretty much half the field got waxed. And one of our picks did really well. I think our free picks that we had this week, we had Chase Elliott. He didn't do super bad, I guess.
He led 14 laps.
He led some laps.
Had a few fast laps. Place differential didn't hurt him because he started 3rd, finished 4th. I mean, good day.
What are you going to do?
I mean, it is
we
what it is,
had
man.
Kyle fucking Busch.
Ran top 5 the whole race and then was involved in the curb gate.
In the hoop curb. That's what we'll call it. I like that. I like curb gate. We also had Ross Chastain. Was one of your guys you were high on. It's okay. I wrote it with you. I tailed Dale on that one. I trusted, and I was all in. So it was one of mine as well.
Well, he had a fast
collectively.
car. Could have been a top 10 day, but
did.
Man, just the track just gobbled up drivers. Man, it was crazy.
Just took it down.
But
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Shout out to our guy.
Yeah, one of the punt plays of the weekend. Ricky started 22nd, finished 11th, spun out. Him spinning out earlier in the race may have been a blessing in disguise.
Right.
Because he spun out with someone else wrecked with him. Maybe it was McDowell or somebody, but it sent him to the back. He was all the way in the back, and then everybody in the front got fucked by everything else. So
it's hard to have a bad day when you're running a Hungry Jack car.
Yeah.
Yeah, good pancake car.
He was hungry to improve his position and get those double points in your DraftKings lineup.
That's correct. So those are the free picks we had. We had premium picks out as well. But the bets that we had, I know we were pretty much collectively. It was Elliott. I had Larson, and then I had Briscoe. I had Seabell.
Fucking heartbreaker,
dude. That hurt, bro. You had Seabell too.
It's hard when I'm gonna lose money. It's so hard to me to root for like anyone else. But we were at the Briscoe box. Our buddy Steve Carnes. Shout out to Steve Carnes.
Shout out to Steve.
It was a pleasure to meet you this weekend. Finally, he was up there, and all the guys were just watching nervously, tapping thumbs, tapping fingers, and the energy was Indiana. Tony Stewart, the number 14. Here's an IndyCar lesson, real quick. You know why Tony Stewart drove the number 14?
That's what he rode when he was in IndyCar before NASCAR.
AJ Foyt.
AJ Foyt
had the 14. AJ Foyt, one of the greatest auto racers in the history of mankind.
I know that name.
That was Tony Stewart's role model, and that's why he has a 14. And then that gets passed down to Briscoe, who's also an Indiana kid. So cool deal there. Anyway, the Indiana energy was fucking high for Briscoe. We were in the pit box talking to the guys, and that sucked what happened there at the end.
I'm just going to talk about it. I'm just going to talk about it. It makes me feel better when I talk about it. So we walk up. We see Steve in the box. We're like, okay. I knew it was one of my picks. When I got back over there, I knew it was like Larson or him. And that was going to be it. So I was like, okay, this may be a great day for me. Like, at least garage guys will have winners across the board. I was a happy guy. Start the race off. Dennis Hamlin decides he wants to, try to win a race. That's okay. It's his job. Everyone's job in the field is to try to win a race. But Chase wanted it more. Like, a Chase was, like, kind of destined to win this race. You know what I mean?
When we did that little video, everything got fucked
Big
after
Chase
that.
energy.
But, yeah, Elliott had a bad pit stop after running second all day, sent him back. And when all that shit, all the chaos happened, he got through it, back into the top 5. So we were like, okay, Chase or Chase might win this race. We got 2 guys in the top 5, 2 to go. Didn't work out that way, but
big C
it
day.
is what it is.
So yeah, basically he comes through a turn, and I think Denny got him off track. He gets back on. He goes straight through the grass. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm like, this is it. And then Denny gets turned. He turns fucking Denny. That was incredible. I was like, finally, kids got balls. I fuck with that. I like that. I like a driver that has some balls.
Denny was right in the sense of, excuse me. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, we were in the Briscoe pit box. Okay, so there's a debate on. Briscoe said, "I didn't know I had a penalty." We knew he had a penalty ASAP.
Well, we always know.
Because one of the pit crew guys with his headphones on just goes, "Fuck!"
But it was before. That was actually after the fact.
No, that was before he had wrecked Denny.
Sorry, my balls.
Yeah, that was
All
before he had wrecked Denny. I went back on the broadcast and they announced it before he had wrecked Denny too. I mean, it could have been quick, but there's some debate there on did he actually not know he had a penalty. I don't know, man. I think he kind of did, and could have been upset that Denny ran him in the grass.
I'm kind of hoping that he did know he had a penalty and then turned Dennis, because
that sucks though. That does suck dick, because Denny had the race won at that point.
He did, but he was also going to be like,
him.
I'm not going to take any shit from you. I'm going to give you a special delivery, Denny, and I'm going to send you into the fucking grass because this is my town. Na. Shout out to, was it Big and Rich, I think, that's on that song?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Montgomery Gentry, probably.
But it's fun. It's fun to investigate that, because and Denny even said it in his NBC interview. He was like, I know Chase is not that guy that would do that. And Chase said in his interview, I've never intentionally wrecked somebody in my life. Chase is a clean driver, man. But this was a big day, heart beating out the chest.
Tony was here.
Dude. Yeah.
T-Stu was here.
Tony was there encouraging him right after the race, too. He was like, hey, you did great, man. You're going to get it. So Cole Custer Stuart Haas was pretty good with Cole and Chase running top 5, most of the day. So
that's right. Shout out to the homie Evan Couples. Shout out to our guy, works with Cole Custer. We saw him earlier in the week. We're like, we're just out here trying to send good energy to teams. That's what we want to do.
Hate that he got in that wreck. He was fucking fast.
He was.
They brought some juice to the IMS road course today.
That's right. And the one car that should have had the juice, Kevin Harvick's car, because it literally had a betting sponsor on it, should have a lot of juice, did not have juice at all.
But he did. Well, he was involved in one of those. He finished 15th, a modest 15th. Actually, ended up being the highest.
A little better than Brad, maybe.
I think Brad, where he finished 17th.
He didn't start good. I know that much.
Yeah, I think he ended up being a decent DraftKings play. But ironically, Harvick was the highest finishing SHR guy,
dude,
on the day. Yeah,
fucking wild. Yeah, the Briscoe. Everyone that faded Briscoe in DFS, I know right up into the end.
Briscoe Gate. We're gonna call the Briscoe Hamlin thing Briscoe Gate.
We'll Indy Gate.
Briscoe Hamlin Gate. That sounds better, right?
Briscamlin. Sounds like a meal.
Hamco
somewhere.
Hamco Gate.
Like a Hardee's meal, probably.
Yeah. Don't be careful eating at Hardee's sometimes.
Don't do it.
You want to shit your brains out in the morning? Hardee's is your guy.
Bad news. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the day. AJ Allmendinger, though, we got to talk about the man that won it. Chris Rice and Matt Kaulig are full-on electric factories. Just watching them explode with emotion. And then AJ's celebration.
And their team, dude. Their pit crew guys just going fucking bananas.
Hype. Man. So this is a huge
Which, why wouldn't you, dude?
This is a part-time Cup team, dude.
I know. I got a lot to say about that. But just the fact that, Allmendinger, when they asked him earlier this week in an interview, maybe it was NBC or something, the debate on, we're leaving the Oval. A lot of drivers hate that we left the Oval. A lot of drivers are like, it's not too bad, whatever. And AJ said, it doesn't matter if it's the Oval. It doesn't matter if it's a road course. It doesn't matter if it's, I'm throwing this in. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking figure 8. It's Indianapolis, and you get to kiss the bricks.
Yeah.
So it's a big win if you get to win here. And he fucking did it, dude. And
it's a Cinderella story.
Man. It is.
It's a fucking Cinderella story.
The craziest thing about this is, if you look at the history of the sport, when new teams jump in and they're part-time and not racing the entire season and switching drivers, they struggle. And this team with Kaulig, which has been in Xfinity, been pretty solid in Xfinity over the past 6, 7, 8 years maybe, for them to jump into Cup and run, I think this is the 5th or 6th race of the year they've run, and to win
Yeah.
at one of the most prestigious places in the world too.
Their
but
first win in a Cup Series team.
yeah, the fact that they came into Cup and they're in a part-time deal and they've already won. This team is so young. They're going full-time next year. Unbelievable, man. And that's really good for the sport. Shit like that is what will bring other teams to the sport, because they can look at that deal and be like, wow, all these other teams have raced. You got 33 teams that have raced every race this year. You got this guy and Matt Kaulig, Chris Rice, AJ Allmendinger that have run 4 races out of 30 or 25 or whatever, and they have won a race. That is encouraging for more teams to want to buy and get into the sport.
I'm a big, there's a lot of debate about, having a faster car, or teams having more money. But today showed that on road, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. I think that's what we saw today. Or
and
the
the
fact
curb.
that an entire fucking field of drivers got wrecked the fuck out because of the curb.
And AJ, don't get me wrong though, he was running top 5. He would have run top 5 up there. So he was fast anyway. But man, the cars just felt perfectly
had to
for
be
him.
like plus fucking.
I know on one of the underground books it was like 1,800, which means they would have been like plus.
Everyone knows he's
on
a big road
DraftKings.
guy.
Yeah, but it's just we know that with the kind of resources they have, they're gonna be slower on horsepower. And
it's like RCR scrap metal.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Dude, I don't know, man. I think Kaulig has figured out a Chad Knaus nitrous or something, because a team like that should not have top 10 speed.
Right.
And every time Allmendinger's in it, he's got top 10 speed.
Allmendinger finds the
but
speed.
But obviously, like
Allmendinger is speed.
The pilot. It's very important.
So it's just like, the energy itself. Shout out to me and you, because cable networks don't want to leave us alone. Dale and I were back on the television from Dale's shining moment on ESPN 8, the Ocho, to the Fox celebration with AJ Allmendinger, where I'm just there with my phone and Dale's just like chilling by me. We're just casually vibing.
Well, yeah, Fox Sports just put that on social media, but it was NBC that you were on.
Yeah.
So think about this. Think about this. Would you have just
Fox went and grabbed NBC footage because we were on it.
This is like a step back and look at this for a second and realize, because this year Fox Sports aired the thing we did with Ricky and Kyle.
Right.
So we were on Fox Sports. We were both on ESPN last week, and now we're on NBC.
Yeah.
Think about that.
We've
hit the major sports networks.
We have the big 3.
Yeah.
The triangle of success, as they call it in the cable. Maybe they call it that. I don't know.
Who's next? Telemundo?
I want to get on TSN. We need to go hit up a CFL game. Yeah, we're going to Canada
or
Football
Mexico.
League.
It's Telemundo or TSN.
Telemundo. That could work.
I don't know why I just thought of that.
That made me think of Vodafone. I remember when I was a child, I had like a fake phone. It said Vodafone, and I thought I was cool.
I remember those.
Yeah. Shout out to Vodafone. Shout out to Singular. Great. Shout out to the Burton.
Raising the bar, was that? Or AT&T bought Singular.
AT&T bought Singular.
Yeah, I missed that.
We're big telecommunications guys.
Jeff Burton, 31.
Good times. It was a beautiful car. But yeah, overall that Saturday, the vibe, and then just getting to meet some great people, hang out. Shout out to Corey LaJoy and the team for having us this weekend. That was pretty dope.
Miss Leanne, we love you.
I love you, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Mom.
All right, that's it. That's her. But yeah, just Indy itself, man. If it wouldn't have been for you, do you realize that I almost missed an Indy 500? I almost didn't go to the actual race. And after all the hype that you gave
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a crazy
talk,
day. I was rushing. Oh, we were so behind.
We do that a lot. We run around
ass to get into that race before the green flag.
We run around like chickens with our head.
That was crazy that we both got into we were separated, and we both got it rolled up at like the same time. It was so crazy.
It was a wild time.
The same seats.
I fuck with IndyCar, and it's because of this guy right here, the history and the lessons. Big Al Unser Jr. guy.
And shout out to the local man from the heart of America in Mississippi, Kelly J. Sanner, for introducing me to this place, the Pagoda. I don't know if you can see it or not, but introducing me to this magical place a little over 10 years ago. It's changed my life.
How was that today, by the way? How's the Pagoda?
Oh, yeah, I did get to go to the Pagoda. Shout out to my boy Justin for hooking me up with that. awesome deal. Thank you so much.
Go
We were on the 6th floor. Tim Cindric was up there. I guess he was on the radio with Austin. He was talking to people next to him. Kind of
incredible.
Weird. But I know he was on the radio with Austin, back and forth. Renus VK was up there a little bit, IndyCar driver. And then just a bunch of people there to enjoy the race, man. And the view was just unbelievable. I mean, you could walk from one side of the roof to the other side of the roof and see the entire course.
What else do you have to cross off at this track? You've been coming here since you were a child. What else is there to cross off?
Being on pit road on carb day. Well, I haven't had that kind of access for the Indy 500 yet.
Right.
And I've always heard that getting that kind of access for the Indy 500 is a lot harder than this race. Getting into the pits and everything, but I want to be in the pits for carb day during the pit competition. That's the biggest thing. You didn't get to experience carb day. Unbelievable time.
I'm coming back.
So
I will never.
fun.
I really am going to do everything I can in my power of life to never miss an Indy 500.
We'll be back.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so great race weekend, Garage Fam. Shout out to you. If you want anything, you know where to go. Hit us up in the Discord. If you don't know where the Discord is, then you need to hit one of us up in the DMs or the Garage Guys account. We'll get you a link. But put it in the showcase if you had any type of day. I think we saw a couple of people that had some dinger bets.
If you won money, you're a complete fucking psychopath because you made picks that you should not have made.
Yeah.
And kudos to you because it paid off, but I don't fucking know anyone that won money, man.
Big log time. It's okay. If you did, you know where to put it at. Let us know.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Real quick, I just want to you did your betting card. I'm going to talk about my fucking betting card, okay?
Okay.
Chase Elliott, fucked. Had a bad pit stop, put him back in the pack. He never was able to recover. He finished 4th, but whatever. Martin Truex Jr., fucked twice, 3 times, 4 times, just fucking wrecked repeatedly. Christopher Bell, fucked.
That hurt.
Joey Logano over Kevin Harvick, a lock matchup, not 364 out of 365 days of the year, fucked.
Terrible.
Joey Logano, top 5 plus 350, was running 6, moving through the field before he got wrecked. Fucked. Joey Logano, fucked. All my picks.
R.I.P.
Fucked.
R.I.P. to Dale Hub Premium.
Thank you to Austin Cindric for winning me money yesterday. That's all I have to say.
And thank you, Will Power. You old, beautiful man, you. We love you. All right, so
I like willpower too.
that's it for the recap. Now, this is something a little different that we haven't done in a while. So we did Naspiracies last week on the show, and we're going to do Getting Shitty with Vintage Drivers presented by Shitty Coolers on this show. So kind of spicing up, kind of like some retro garage. If you've been listening to this podcast since 2017, since it first started, you remember the sports talk and then the garage talk. Well, now garage talk's kind of got its own new show, new spin on it with NASCAR. The old school garage talk was where we just find random topics going on all around the world, and we would just talk about whatever the hell we wanted to. So we're going to be talking about 80s and 90s, just vintage NASCAR drivers, old guys, Winston guys that we would want to party with and get shitty with.
The
with
best, who we think would have been the best drivers to party with back in the 80s and 90s. I mean,
I don't
think
want
that's the best way to put it. That was the golden era, really. When
it was
80s, 90s. I mean, that was fucking Winston NASCAR, baby. So I think it's appropriate. So
bringing Winston back, it's appropriate to talk.
I'll let you start with that. Who would be your number 1 overall pick?
Well, I know that there's the obvious one out there, the elephant in the room. We'll get to him. Don't worry.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. But I think we should kick it off with a party animal that me and you both love and appreciate.
We did not talk about this before. We're just going based off our knowledge.
Tim Richmond.
Oh, I thought that was the obvious one.
No. I mean, the obvious one's on your shirt, obviously. So everyone knows.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll debate that later. But Tim Richmond is the obvious one. Like, dude, if you
don't know who Tim Richmond is,
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Wherever Tim Richmond was, there was going to be some women. I mean, you go back and just watch history of NASCAR, the culture back in the day, some of his documentary stuff they filmed around him. Motherfucker was a certified badass, dude.
He was an animal.
He wore jackets with no shirts underneath him. Like, that's the shit that I do, and it's partially because of him. His style was incredible. Headband to the long hair, and the guy loved women.
He loved a lot of women. He loved women so much that he took a jazzercise class once. Man literally went and jazzercised his ass off.
But in that clip, he said he did that like all the time. That was like a routine thing that he started doing to get healthy.
That was his life. Like the song "She's a Maniac," it used to be "He's a Maniac," and it was about Tim Richmond. If Tim Richmond was still around today, he would be a huge Shitty Coolers guy. I think that we could easily see him walking around with the liquor bucket or the liquor basket cooler. He would be that guy. Loud personality, you need loud colors, okay? You look at that bucket right the fuck there. That's a Tim Richmond certified bucket. It's not red. It doesn't have Folgers on it, but it's a fucking vibe.
I don't know, dude. I think he would be classic Patriot, man. I really do. I think the bold red, white, and blue, I mean, he embodied that fucking beautiful American spirit, beer drinking, like, I mean, he probably drank a fuck ton of liquor, too. Let's just face it. You're right on this. But I think in regards to the style, I think he would have been a big Patriot guy. He was also, I mean, look, Jeff Gordon's Hendrick car matches up pretty well. He drove for Rick Hendrick. Number 25, red, Folgers.
One
right?
above Jeff Gordon, number-wise.
Yeah, he was a beast. Beast race car driver. I just imagine walking, like, we went downtown, like I said earlier. Walk downtown Indianapolis, you just walk up into a bar in 1983, and you just see Tim Richmond standing there with the short shorts, like the little windbreaker jacket with, like, a chain and the headband on, just drinking a beer, dude.
Didn't give a fuck.
Just like one of those old Budweiser cans. That's what I imagine. With the ladies around him. Everybody's got the perm haircuts and shit. God damn, what a time that would have been.
If we ever make a time machine, we're going to go there. We're bringing bags. We're giving him one. And then we're going to go to the Pocono. I want to go revisit the Pocono photo.
We're also going to say, Tim, here's some condoms. Please wear them.
Please wear these, Tim. You need to wear these. R.I.P. to the party legend.
Absolute legend. Okay.
Party goat.
All right, well, I got one next. I feel like this is one more – he was 80s and 90s, more of the 90s into the early 2000s, but I think it's also a pretty obvious one. But Kenny Wallace.
Dude.
Kenny Wallace.
Dude.
That guy is just a literal psychopath.
We can still party with Kenny.
Yeah, exactly. But imagine him in his late 20s and into his like early 40s.
Dude,
I mean,
Red Dog.
When he's sober, he is a complete psychopath.
He's a wild
Imagine if that guy got a hold of any kind of substances, which I'm sure he did back in the day.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that guy is awesome. I mean, he's probably off the wall in a bar, buying shots for the entire bar, all the people just screaming, "Let's get fucked up!" Like that's the kind of guy Kenny Wallace. I think that's the kind of guy he used to be.
Kenny Wallace is the kind of guy that will, literally, he'll walk into your party and abruptly just say, I don't give a shit, I'm fucking here. He's the kind of guy that would take Shitty Cooler stickers and slap them all over your shit and not give a fuck what you think.
And then just laugh in your face and walk away.
Yeah.
That laugh that he does.
Yeah. They just fucking hit him up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I love Kenny Wallace so much. Okay, so I've done a lot of research on this guy. Back there in Darlington, when they were doing the paint schemes, he drove the number 8 in the Busch Series, okay? He had the Red Dog car. I've always been a huge fan of the Red Dog shit. When I was a kid, I can remember the Red Dog commercials. I remember the Red Dog beer. It was always in the stores, and it just looked fucking cool. It was like, that's a beer right there. It was made by Miller. And I just remember, like, whenever we were talking about Darlington, I was like, Tyler Reddick should run the fucking Red Dog scheme. But there was so much controversy over the Red Dog being on the fucking hood because Kenny Wallace called out the fact that it was called Batman. Okay? So if you look at the Red Dog upside down, it looks like Batman eating out Catwoman. Straight the fuck up. It is a real thing, and you can look it up.
What the fuck?
Yes.
How have you never told me about this?
Kenny Wallace, like, they started, like, making a deal about it.
Kenny talked about this?
Yes, and he tweeted at us about it. He was like, old Batman. Like, and when you go look at it.
I remember him quote tweeting when you were bringing that up. Oh, so my God.
When you go really look at it, it's just insanity. So apparently NASCAR was like, we can't have this anymore. You have to get this off the hood. And apparently that's how the Red Dog sponsorship went away, which was wild. Then he went to Dirt Devil, I believe it was.
Let me go look at this real quick.
You got to look it up. But no, that is a legit true story Real shit right there. Any guy that could call that out from driving his car, just looking and being like, oh, shit, guys, this is like Batman's eating out Catwoman. Like, that's some pretty heavy shit, dude. That's some pretty heavy shit.
I don't see it. I'm looking at, and literally the first thing that comes up when you type in Red Dog Batman is Batman eating out Catwoman on the Red Dog beer can.
Yeah, and Kenny Wallace just sees that, like, on his hood.
I don't know
driving because it's upside down.
I've never seen a human vagina in my life, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here, kid.
I don't know. All right, so tell me. All right, we're looking at it right now. We want you to look this up while you're watching and see what you think. But tell me, like, is that Batman's eyes right there?
So that's Batman. That is just like
the legs.
That's the legs. Yeah, he's just going down on it. Dude.
Well, where's Catwoman?
Okay, so it's the wrinkles. It's the wrinkles. You have to look at the wrinkles on the top. You see the legs going around the side. He's there. He's laying all in. It's just the fact that.
But what do the wrinkles mean? Like, how? What does that have to do with Catwoman?
The legs are there.
Yeah,
and it's possibly because.
Are we just guessing that it's Catwoman? Is my thing.
Let's say that we're guessing.
Okay,
it could be Poison Ivy. Probably would hurt the mouth really bad though.
Yeah,
probably better to be Catwoman.
Who was Uma Thurman? Was that Poison Ivy?
Uma Thurman. Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah,
it was a great time.
Okay,
love that one.
I'll do some more research later. Yeah,
Kenny Wallace himself though, he is definitely the guy that is just berserk. Bonkers.
That's a good term.
Love the guy.
If he walked up to you and was like, "We're taking a shot," you cannot say no.
No.
That's like that one of the one guys you absolutely cannot be like, "No, I don't want to take a shot."
No.
Or you're a complete pussy. And he would probably tell you that.
He would.
You have to do it.
So today, Kenny, at some point in time in life, you have to come back and chill.
I hope it does not start pouring.
It's okay. We got a little sprinkles. Little sprinkle action
feels good,
here.
But just stay like this.
It's all good. We're gonna go crawl in the shitty truck. We're gonna go crawl in the shitty van. We'll go find them.
Yeah, no, we'll be okay.
That's where they'll find
I'm a little nervous.
I want to go and talk about this. So Kenny Wallace, obviously, great one. Michael Waltrip, Mikey, the man himself, Mikey. I love Mikey because of the goofiness, the goofy sense of humor that he has. The don't give a fuckness that he has, and the fact that he is just embraces himself in life fully. Okay, from the wild ass pit reports to him, and even recently, the SRX race is just the shit that he'll say coming out of his mouth half the time, and maybe just the Waltrip brothers in general.
Yeah, even the two-time beer, like on point, like makes me think he's a beer
Shout
drinker.
Shout out Terry,
right?
2-time.
But his two-time Daytona 500 champion Michael Waltrip. Yeah, like the grid walk that he started with Fox a few years back. It's awkward as fuck where he just walks up to a driver and is like, "Hey," and the driver's like, "Hey," and then he's like, "What are you gonna do today?" And they're like, "I'm gonna drive a car." And he's like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
the shit I love.
Good luck today, man." And they're just like, "Yeah, thanks."
That is
like,
the shit.
That kind of embodies your persona, like you're kind of the shit you goof with.
And that's probably why I fuck with Mikey so hard. It's just because like you get, it's like you either get it or you don't. Like he gets it. Mikey definitely gets it.
And like Darryl Waltrip also was a goofy guy back. I mean,
he was a villain.
He's always been a goofy
Big villain guy.
Yeah, he was hated back in the day because he was a winner, and his personality was so out there. But Mikey is like next level, and as Mikey's gotten older, I feel like it would be better to drink with him now than it would have been in like 1994, maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
He was also trying to prove himself back in the day too, and he was struggling. You know, so I bet he was
sipping a lot of country time lemonade back in the day.
Yeah, and maybe some Pennzoil oil.
Probably drank Pennzoil too. Maybe that explains it. I remember one time I saw a guy that did that, and it was what was it, Jesco White out of West Virginia. He big gasoline drinking guy. You know, you never know what you get in your cup sometimes. But Mikey himself, definitely a party animal. Somebody I'd want to get shitty with. Darryl probably too. I would just have to say, obviously, they're definitely. He's the guy that you would roll up to at the beach. He'd have a backpack cooler on. He's a shitty backpack guy. Okay, he's just like, I'm here to have fun, here to party. He would bend over and like he would leave it half unzipped, so you just leak water all over you. And just be like, whoops, got you there. Like he would be that guy, the fisherman guy. You know, in the video,
Geico.
That's gonna be Mikey one day when he's an old man.
I could see it. And I mean, if Darrell Waltrip's kind of gotten a little senile. I mean, imagine what Mikey. He might have to be on some fucking medication.
Man, look at the Monte Carlos out there, boys. It's like 2015. Wow, man, the Monte Carlos, something right there.
Right.
Get out of here, Darrell. We love you, though, Darrell. We miss Boogity.
Mikey, I think Mikey's an easy one. I think everybody would be like, all right, I'd like to go to a bar and fuck around and hang out with Michael Waltrip.
Yeah.
Mikey, come drink with us sometime. I think Indianapolis bars would perfectly suit what Michael Waltrip's looking for.
Mikey.
Okay, next. This is pretty off. I don't know. I'm not gonna say off the grid, but it's different because it's an old guy. Junior Johnson. Okay.
Whoa.
The Last American Hero is his nickname. I mean, obviously, I'd want to drink with somebody who's got that nickname. I mean,
Junior Dick Energy, by the way.
Yeah. Junior Johnson, like small cock, big cock energy.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. This guy definitely had it going. If you don't know who Junior Johnson is, just think about roots of NASCAR, moonshine. And then think of what that guy looks like. That's Junior Johnson.
So let's imagine him in a bar setting, right? So, yeah, like you said, bootlegging. I mean, this guy was in and out of jail all the time. He was winning races, champion crew chief, car owner, just a fucking auto racing mastermind. Rest in peace. He died either in 2020 or 2019, not long ago. Lived an incredible life. I imagine him in a bar setting in the 70s or the 80s, right? He seems like a guy that'd walk up, sit down, and just order old-fashioned. That would be his drink, right? And you sit down and drink with him and talk about life and everything, and he would have the coolest fucking stories to chat about. And he would be the type of guy that would like look outside and he'd like see a cop car and he'd be like, "Hey man, you see that cop car right there?" And you're like, "Yeah." He's like, "We're gonna go take it for a spin."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wait, Junior Johnson, hold on a second." And he's like, "No, we're going."
This is not a great idea, Junior.
And then you're like, "Yes, sir." Okay. You're not gonna just not listen to Junior Johnson,
right?
Junior fucking Johnson, a
He'd
legend.
Stare at you with
and
the
he'd
eyes
steal that
of the
cop
devil.
car. He'd steal that cop car and go put it on the interstate, run 120, bring it down a dirt road, going 90, drifting sideways while more police are chasing him, and he'd get away.
He would go
That's
deliver.
Junior Johnson.
He would deliver moonshine in the cop car, probably.
Yeah.
He would be that guy that would come around.
Yeah, he would be the guy that would hide his moonshine in a cop car and pretend to be a cop so he could get it where it needs to go.
Wee, just like coming through the town. I don't know how else to explain it. Junior Johnson, he is definitely the good old boy. He's got those vibes, you know. Like, it makes me think about some of these characters that Shitty Coolers are using right now on their sticker packs they have, like the 90s country stuff. Like, he's the guy that had those on the car. Like, he's like, if he couldn't have decals on his car, like on race day, he'd be upset. He'd have to cover them up with something. That's probably something he would cover them up with. He would definitely slap them on his car. And he'd be like, gotta go, gotta blast. But Jimmy Neutron didn't come out until the 2000s. He had no idea about it. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, maybe Shitty Coolers, let's make a Junior Johnson sticker. Let's make a Last American Hero sticker. That'd be fucking dope.
But we'll call him Giant Johnson.
All these, there you go. All these young people who don't know Junior Johnson, you young bastards, look him up, read about him. There's actually a movie about it. I think the movie is actually called Last American Hero. Yeah. I've never seen it, but I know it exists.
What if it was a Last Johnson?
Last Johnson?
That would just be an experimental title. Like, you would find that like in the X-rated movie section.
Yeah, probably. No, the X-rated stuff, the names are way worse than that.
Probably.
Yeah. I think that one's too soft. But look up Junior Johnson. There's a lot of shit you can read about him. Motherfucker, the Last American Hero, true all-American human being. I love to drink a whiskey Coke with Junior Johnson, go hijack a cop car.
Get shitty with Junior. All right,
who we got next?
I guess we can go ahead and just state the obvious. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The man himself, the man, on your shirt, Dale Earnhardt Sr. I think everybody in the world would want to get shitty with Dale Sr. Everyone.
No doubt. And I think we can kind of debate this. I think, like, okay, obviously any human being is like, yes, I'd love to drink a beer with Dale Sr. But at the same time, I feel like Dale Sr. would be the guy, like, you go out to his farm or you get on a boat with him or go hunting with him, and you're there to, like, drink and have a fucking good time, and he's just going to, like, make you do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Dale, I'm just here to, like, drink. He's like, hey, man, go grab this. Like,
it's
go,
like
go
your
haul
dad.
this over here. And I'm like, yes, sir, because I'm not. Same thing with like Junior Johnson. All these guys are talking about. I'm not going to say no to anything, right?
I can hear. I can see it now. Here's Dale. He's just like, hey, boy, you better get that fucking corn, boy. All right, I'm about to sit here. I'm gonna drink my beer. And you gonna take that and get.
I feel
that
like I would go
corn.
to his house just to like. Not even drink. I'd go to his house to just like pick up like a shirt or something.
Manual labor.
Yeah, and he'd just be like, and like 10 minutes later, I'll be like raking in his yard or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck did he make me do this? That's my problem with like drinking with Dale Sr. I feel like he would just make me do shit.
Yeah, you don't work, you don't eat.
It's hard to imagine him in like a bar setting. To me, I don't know.
I know.
feel like he wasn't a party animal.
For me, when I think about him, it's like I feel like later, like in the beginning of his life, like, I mean, definitely he's always been competitive, and he'll always be a competitive driver. But I feel like he definitely hit a stride in the '90s to where he was enjoying that spotlight. He was getting out. He was on TV. He definitely was a guy that would probably have a little too much some nights because, like, he probably was reserved if he had, like, a couple. But, like, he would get over that line, and he'd be the guy that would just – I see him kind of being that he's not the really loud, obnoxious, fucked up guy, but he's just kind of the really funny, fucked up guy. It's just like, hey.
I could see that. Look up Dale Earnhardt on David Letterman. Great fucking clip.
I think we got a TikTok of that actually on Garage
it was after he won the Daytona 500. Funny as shit, dude.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it. If you hadn't, look it up. But
gotta tune up my mustache.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Dude, I fucking love Dale Earnhardt with all my life. But like, I don't know. Like, I can imagine easily drinking a beer, getting fucked up with Tim Richmond. I can easily imagine it with Kenny Wallace. I don't know, man. I could even I mean, I painted the picture with Junior Johnson. I could imagine it with Junior Johnson. With Dale Earnhardt, I feel like I would just have a drink in my hand next to him and just be like,
shaking. He'd be like, "Here, motherfucker!" He'd just take a whole entire bottle of Jack and just pour it in your cup.
I would be just like, "Yes,
you
sir."
Need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, he would be like, "Don't fucking call me that," and I'd be like, "All right, okay, yes, sir." Fuck. I mean, yeah. Nah, dude, he would just literally intimidate the fuck out of me, you know. But I mean, we have to talk about Dale Earnhardt, right?
He was the intimidator.
Yeah.
Maybe hanging out with Mikey. Like I said, he got around Mikey one day. Hypothetically speaking, Mikey's probably vibing out to a loud shirt like this right here, okay? Like the shitty shirt itself, the button down. Like, it's loud, it feels good, it's a vibe. He's like, the fuck you wearing this for, kid? And he's like, we're having a good time, we're vibing out. Let me show you how. And then that's when Dale Sr. really unleashed that, just kind of like, hey. You know, like that's when it came out big time. But he was definitely the kind of guy you would want to go party with and get shitty with at the right time. Like after a win, 100%. Big functions. Like, what was it when Jeff Gordon won the Winston Cup? He was there and he was cheersing to him, brought him milk or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know that he was in New York City. He was not leaving that city without going out one night to like some club, was playing like What Is Love? Like, it's just not Dale's like scene at all. But he vibed to it.
I could see him like getting up and leaving early though. He's like, yeah, I'm
getting the
fuck
out of here.
Yeah,
especially
if that shit was playing, which it probably was back in that time.
He was ready to get home and just get his Shitty Coolers tracker bucket. He had it filled with corn, then put ice in it, and then fill it up with beer probably. Definitely would have been a tracker guy.
So we got Tim Richmond, Kenny Wallace, Junior Johnson, Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt. That's a good lineup right there. That covers
guys.
like, okay, and an honorable mention, not necessarily 80s, 90s guy. I mean, technically, yeah, he was at the end of the 90s, but Dale Jr. We're going to talk about an Earnhardt.
Okay.
Dale Jr. was a fucking party animal, and there's not even any kind of debate about it, dude.
He was still listening to Kickstart My Heart.
We talk
by
about
Motley Crue.
Oh yeah,
in
we
the
talk.
2000s.
He was actually a big Three Doors Down guy. He was into that kind of shit.
If I go crazy,
Which was-
will you still call me Superman?
No, but here's the deal. Okay, take a time machine. If we ever have one, go back to Talladega 2002. I think is the right time. Between 2002, 2004, and somehow be friends with Dale Jr. and be able to party with him on all weekend long. And he was winning every Talladega race between 2002 and 2004. I mean, he won like 5 out of 6 in that span. It was unbelievable. So I've heard all the stories. We hear it all the time that he was a psychopath party. I mean, we know he loves to drink beer. He talks about it on his pod all the time.
Especially the Frosted Tip days.
Frosted Tip Dale Jr.,
I feel like there was
dude.
a lot of meth at those parties.
Probably, yeah. Probably some illegal substances. So, dude, partying with Dale Jr. at Talladega after a win, oh my God, man. Imagine that.
Yeah.
That might, I mean, on this list, I'd probably rank Tim Richmond, the number one guy out of everybody.
I'm right there with you. Number one, Tim Richmond.
And we did talk about him first. And then number two, I'd probably say Dale Jr.
Dale Jr.?
In that environment,
That's where we're going to shake
that dude
things
loves
up.
to drink beer and have fun, man. So, especially at Talladega when he's in his 20s, dude, like, what a time. What a fucking time.
And he was, just definitely a vibe. We all were Junior fans. I feel like me and you both were growing up. So, I mean, it's like, it's a good mix, dude. And that's a good mix of guys right there. That's a lot of guys that like to get shitty and have a good time. Shitty with an I, not with a Y, but maybe with a Y.
If there was a Shitty Coolers DFS lineup for beer drinking, that's your lineup right there.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a
That's
mortal
winning you some
lock
money.
of life.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a NASCAR lock.
That is a
NASLocks.
shitty beer drinking supreme lineup.
Shitty locks, NASCAR drivers. That was beautiful. This was a great show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is a great show.
The
And
rain
I'm going to miss
stopped,
it.
thank God.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Indiana when we leave here.
Yeah. It's a fucking magical place, man. We will be back, though. We will be back in May for the Indy 500. Greatest sporting event on earth. You will never change my mind. There's no question about it.
Hundo
And
P.
hopefully we'll get to experience the full deal, and you'll get to.
I'm
you'll
ready
get
for
to get
some
it.
snake pit, for sure.
You got to
Well,
be up 6 a.m. Sunday.
Big time. I'm ready. We'll do it. Look, I want to know who your shitty drivers are. We both want to know. Let us know who you would want to get shitty with from the 80s and the 90s. What NASCAR driver would you want to have a good party with?
And why?
And why? Leave it in the comments, literally, down here. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever this ends up, put it in the comments. Let us know who it is that you want to get shitty with. And don't forget to go to shittycoolers.com. Promo code Garage Guys gets you 15% off your order. That's on everything from these cool fucking shirts, bucket insert coolers, backpack coolers, G1s and G2s. This most stylish shit of all time. Stickers, shitty cups. The cups, cooler cups.
Don't forget to ask about my drinking at 1734. Fuck off. Shittycoolers.com.
Hey,
Check
cheers.
it out.
Cheers. Cheers to shitty cooler cups.
Where the fuck did you get ice?
Che-
I literally asked you before if you had ice.
I went to
You're
the
like, "No."
store. Should have been around.
This shit is warm. That's a shitty cup right there.
It's refreshing. All right. Sports. Profit. Repeat. Shitty.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.